Anti-Afro Svengalis. Yes, you see here in the title, Defrauding Charlatans, Carrie, and LMSY-Handcuffs. All demons, and they all have something else in common. They're cannibals. They're doing themselves in. And guess what? They're trying to blame other people for it. It's not going to work. But again, nobody can stop them. Or would they stop them from saying, oh, they're harassing me. Oh my God, they're doxing me. They can say that. There is no law against them saying they're doxing me. Say it. Keep saying it. I don't give a shit. You could say it till the cows come home. It's not going to bother me one bit. What you all have coming your way, or what has come your way, you deserve every bit and then some. You deserve it. Let's start with defrauding charlatans. Someone in the military, he goes in and takes an oath to protect and serve the country, and he shits on that oath by coming to YouTube and for a period of 2 years proceeds to harass Gerald Palmer here in these YouTube streets. And let me make this clear. Gerald Palmer is not the only one defrauding charlatans has done this to, just so we know. But let's stick with Rev G. For 2 years, he was told to stop. He was warned and he ignored it. So Gerald, being a former member of the U.S. military, honorably discharged, decided he would file a complaint with Defrauding Charlatans Military Command. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness, I'm a victim now. What does Defrauding Charlatans do? Starts making up all these lies on Gerald. Starts trying to say he's under investigation for the FBI. If you're under investigation by the FBI, eventually they're going to come and talk to you. But let's say it's true. Let's just pretend it's true. Gerald wouldn't have anything to worry about. He hasn't committed any crimes. No unlawful acts. No matter how many times defrauding charlatans try to make up any lie about Gerald, it's not going to mean anything because no action will be taken on it. This claim about being doxxed, this is all they can say about us. Isn't that interesting? They can't say we harass children. They can't say we threaten anyone with violence. They can't say anything. They can't say we filed false reports. They can't say we've been arrested, right? They can make up all the other lies. They love giving us all types of identities, and it's only a fishing expedition. They want us to come out and say the truth about ourselves. So those ridiculous, childish lies that they make up about people, make it up. It's not going to get you any information. It's a fishing expedition that has always failed. We don't have to disclose anything about ourselves. We don't know explanations to any demons. Go ahead and make up all your bullshit lies, and they sound and look like total and complete fools whenever they try to file complaints on that garbage, because people are going, huh? You're fools. You're making fools out of yourself. But I think that's just par for the course for these losers. Most are not even worth even addressing. So let's talk about this doxing. If your name is out here in the public domain, which essentially everyone's is, that is not doxing. Your shit is right up there on Google. If we wanted to come out and say your name right now, we could, and there would be no consequences. What does Defrauding Charlatans do, though? He makes up another lie and says that Gerald gave his name to a murderer. Who the hell are you talking about? You see what I'm talking about? Just has to make up any and everything he can to try to take the heat off of him. You are guilty for what you did. You harassed this man for 2 years on and off YouTube. You were so determined to harass him that you found a place that he spoke at 10 years ago. You harassed him in his place of religious worship. That is what Defrauding Charlatans did. That is it, people. He did this. And he wants to turn around and try to blame Gerald because he got in trouble with his military command. He was too stupid to heed the, well, yeah, stupid. That is stupid to be in the military and come onto YouTube and violate the Uniform Code of Military Justice regulations. I say that is stupid because you are risking your military career. Nobody is obligated to hold back information or refuse to report because they should feel guilty because someone's military career is impacted. If not being passed over, your security clearance should have a very serious look taken at it. I mean, it stands to reason he has a security clearance based on the type of job and the location where he works, but you are not a CIA double agent who Rev G blew a cover on. You are subjected to public disclosure like everybody else. Your name is already out there. You got no actionable claim if we came up right now and spoke your name in the public eye. Your name is on Google. And so let's get back to this bullshit he's talking about. Rev G gave my name to a murderer. If someone has been convicted of a crime, no matter what the crime is, they have served their time, they paid their debt to society. And even if they don't, even if they're still in prison, you're trying to tell me they don't have a right to file a lawsuit or a claim or an action against anybody? You're wrong. See, that's ignorance. This is the anti-ADOS freak level of knowledge when it comes to the laws of our land. And this person is in the military. Anybody can file a complaint against you if you're engaging in unlawful conduct. The only problem would be if they're lying on you, and nobody lied on you. You are the liar. Running around here saying people are doxing you. You know what? He can say that. It's not illegal to say someone's doxing me and they're not. It becomes a problem when you file a complaint telling that lie. There is no law against somebody giving somebody someone's name. What is the purpose? Are they trying to set you up for a hit? Well, if that's the case, why don't you call the cops? You are harassing multiple people on YouTube and you're trying to lie your way out of it. You're trying to guilt people who might want to file a complaint against you, but no, that's not going to work because I know other people who are going to file against you because of the shit you've been doing and saying in these demon chats against them, these race attacks. You're not supposed to be engaging in this conduct because Uniform Code of Military Justice applies 24/7. That's a fact. So the next time you want to see her and say, I don't know anything about the military, I apparently know a lot more than you do. I happen to know what can get a service member in trouble and can ruin their career because we abided by regulations. We didn't give our father any problems in the 23 years he served in the military. Doesn't mean we're angels. We never gave him problems that would impact his military career. You can't even figure out how to do that for yourself. So yeah, I know a lot more than you do about the military. You're getting yourself in trouble. And I think it's a nerve of this fool to sit here and try to harp on somebody's past criminal conduct while he's up here consorting with unindicted criminals and a massage terrorizing mail order bride beatdowner who wants children thrown out windows, who was dishonorably discharged from the Navy, who also has an extensive criminal record, whose behavior has been identical to what got him kicked out of the Navy, got out of the Navy, continued to perpetrate crimes, and here in these YouTube streets exhibiting the same conduct, the threatening, harassing conduct, and tries to pass himself off as a massage therapist. No, it's massage terrorizing. When you stand in front of a woman pushing your crotch in her face while you're rolling a towel. Didn't even stand on the side. Stood in the face of the woman while he's supposedly rolling a towel and constantly making sexual references to women. The military considers it a serious violation if anyone engages in racial discrimination or race attacking and you're hanging out with someone who does that every single time he goes live. That's who you're riding with. You're riding with someone who's up here on YouTube collecting SSI for a mentally ill child while harassing other people's children here on YouTube and constantly calling out their names. These are the fools that you're running with. You're running with these so-called lawyers who are paying and encouraging this conduct. And you think you have what on people? You ain't got shit on anybody. Who are you running around with? That's who you're running around with. Are these the people who are going to be giving you witness statements about what a great person you are and how respectable you conduct yourself on YouTube? Well, your military command can see for themselves what you're doing. All he can do is make up lies and act like he didn't get in trouble. You got in trouble. You stopped the conduct. Now you're just whining and crying like a baby. Keep crying and keep whining. That's what you know how to do best. Jumping around from demon chat to demon chat, spreading his lies, endorsing harassment, crying like a baby. You can cry like a baby. You have a right to cry like a baby all day, every day. But there's one thing you're not doing. You're not doing what you were doing before, which was harassing Rev G because your military command told you to stop. It's ridiculous. This supposed to be a man, chronological adult male, has to be told by his military command to stop harassing people. Oh my goodness gracious. What the hell else don't they know about you? They surely don't know about all these other things that you're doing on YouTube. People can file complaints about you. People can give others your name. You are not protected. He wants all this protection, but he's violating all these laws. How does that work? It doesn't work. You don't have any privileges to harass people and then try to guilt them into silence. You are the one who dug your own grave. You're the one who crafted your nail bed. Now you got to lie your ass down on it. That is your problem. And you can try all you want. You're never going to succeed at getting Rev G to fly off the handle online so you can try to get something on him. He's not going to be dummy like you are. You got caught up with the demons. You folded to demons. You caved to demons. You were trying to appease the demons. And none of these demons are going to be able to help you. Again, it's your problem. Keep crying and keep whining. It's not going to get you anywhere. It just makes you look like the loser you've always been. Now, let's move on to Carrie Ann. Carrie Ann, oh my goodness gracious. You know what she reminds me of? Somebody on death row yelling about they have a bachelor's degree. You're on death row. What good is a bachelor's degree done to you? Same thing here. If you engage in a pattern, another 2-year process of violating essentially every code of conduct edict that every educator in the United States, the very standard edict, and that's just the minimum, that is your consequence to bear. That's not our consequence to bear. And lying on us is not going to get you anywhere. I'm slandering her. I'm degrading her. Your behavior is self-degrading. And you are the one who has slandered people, calling people child molesters, the whole litany, vile and reprehensible insults based on every indicated protected class group. Whatever Carrie Ann has said about me has never bothered me. Never. That's what she's so upset about. She wants to get a reaction out of me that she'll never get. Only thing she did was set herself up to go into quicksand and has no possibility or no backup plan to get herself out of it. She kept running her mouth and running her mouth and running her mouth. We have her content going back to that first channel that she took down. This absolutely abominable example of an educator should terrify every parent. She is venomous. She is spiteful. She is conniving. She's a backstabber. She's a liar. She's extremely hateful to multiple groups. And she makes up all kinds of scenarios that she wishes were true to help her justify her behavior. Let me give you a couple of examples. I don't know where the hell she would ever get this from. It's a scenario that she made up that I'm defending Scarlett. And she says I defend Scarlett because she's biracial. You are the one that is so obsessed with people's race. How did you survive in the military? She claimed she was in the military. My goodness, I don't want to think about that. She is intolerable of any sort of difference that people have among them. Here's the other thing that Carrie Ann obviously envies when it comes to me, AAS. She is the one who is unable to maintain positive friendships. And she is the one who thinks she can assess who I consider a friend. Well, I've already stated this before and I'll state it again. The very same people who we started out with and before we came to YouTube are still here supporting us. Absolutely, without a doubt, I have made friends when I came to YouTube. I have friends off YouTube. Can Carrie Ann say that she has friends that she has known since the age of 4 and 5? You cannot. She can't even maintain any sort of positive relationship with people here on YouTube. If somebody is trying to pretend like they're my friend and they turn around and start talking shit about me, that's them. That has nothing to do with an authentic friendship. It wasn't authentic. It's something that other people try to make it appear to be something. Let Me See Your Handcuffs was never my friend. Let's talk about how Carrie Ann deals with people. She's extremely polarizing. Either they're all good or they're all bad. She calls herself a friend of Samba Queen, and Samba Queen got up here and basically told her exactly what would protect her. And what did she do? She turned around and started talking about the woman's personal life because she was so pissed off. That's how you deal with people. You don't have any concept of what a friendship is. You are very angry because you wanted breaking the culture of silence just to jump up and kiss your ass and side with you. This is what Carrie Ann did when Breaking the Culture of Silence would run live streams, and it was a topic that was generally something everybody's talking about. What Carrie Ann would do, she would come into the chat and she would insert my name and Gerald's name in it. It's nothing to do with us. She would go into Breaking the Culture of Silence's community wall, and we'd be typing comments about a subject not related to me, not related to her, not related to Rev G. And here she comes, starts typing messages about me. You're an instigator, Carrie Ann. That's why you don't maintain friendships. You don't have any friends that you've known since age of 4 and 5. You don't have any friendships that have lasted 30 years, 15 years, and 12 years. My friendship with Gerald and others has lasted 10 years. Where in the hell can you say that you've had any friendships that had lasted the entire time you've been here on YouTube? You don't know any concept of friendship. You even dogged out Nikki. Nikki is not even your friend. You wouldn't told her personal business to Photon. You were treacherous, you're conniving, and you're a backstabber, and you are jealous because you see other people maintaining friendships you don't even know how to maintain. That's why you were so pissed off and trying to think that you have something above other people because you claim to have some education. That education is not helping you maintain friendships. That education you talk about all day, every day, sure as hell isn't going to keep you out of any trouble when you're violating regulations and harassing people. What good is your, quote, education, unquote, going to do you? None. We are not going to listen to what you say. You trying to perpetrate as if you have some sort of condition that will stop us from defending our rights against you. So you again also made a nail bed that you must lie down. You are the one that did that. You didn't shut your mouth for 2 damn years, and you doubled down on making these accusations against Gerald that he's a child molester. As for you, come what may. And this is another person who was warned, you continue your bullshit, you're going to get a report. And not only does she help us out by giving her last name, she continues engaging in the conduct. Who's going to feel sorry for her? You can feel sorry for her if you want to. You're not guilting us out of anything. You're not going to guilt us out of exercising our rights. You were warned, just like Defrauding Charlatans was warned. You're not going to sit up here on YouTube and say whatever the hell you want about us and get away with it. You will be held to answer like everybody else who violates our rights. You can give up your rights if you want to. You can go over to Dumpsy's chat, although he has posted all these videos about you calling you dirty. She's up here trying to blame Breaking the Culture of Silence, saying that she called her dirty. Dumpsy was the one that dragged your ass in videos so disgusting that we were able to use those to get Dumpsy removed from a state contract. So thank you very much for not having the guts to get that video down. So you're helping us. You're helping us, and we thank you for that. So continue helping us. We'll continue to do exactly what we're going to do. We don't answer to you. You, however, have to answer to others based on the conduct that you perpetrated. The fact of the matter is, we don't need to tell a single lie. So the fact that you continue to make these statements is only harming yourself. You're not harming us. We have a right to file a complaint, and we'll do just that. Now, let me see your handcuffs. I guess you haven't had enough. You got called in by Human Resources. Word is she's not even working at that school anymore. We haven't really looked into that, but you're going to sit up here and try and lie and say you never called CPS on Breaking the Culture of Silence. What's your name doing on those reports then? Yeah, your situation is coursing through the legal system. So just Be on standby. Law enforcement already spoke to you. And we know you lied to them. You're going to have to answer to the lies, just like your friend, the demon, who has $100 a day fines as per the federal justice system. And it's mighty interesting. You haven't done any videos about that. You sat there and believed everything that demon told you, and you ended up getting your ass caught up in shit you didn't know how to get out of. And here you are again, up here complaining. You were all in. You thought you found somebody else to help you go after breaking the culture of silence, and you were just being used like you were always being used. And now you want to sit there and say you're a victim. Nobody's telling you to do this. Nobody's telling you to wrench up people who you think can help you get at breaking the culture of silence. You are nothing but a user who gets used. You don't know how to have any sort of friendship or relationship that is quality or sustainable. You are a ratchet backstabber. You perped onto AFW thinking you can hijack the title and the initials. It didn't work. And when I decided it was the right time to file a complaint against your ass, I did just that. Perhaps the most insulting and offensive bullshit that LMSY-Handcuffs engages in is trying to pull this mental health card. She was perfectly capable, able and willing to engage in all these atrocities and had no issues with her mental health in doing so. Running the original demon-infused chats and live streams where people attacked others unprovoked, talked about their families who are not even on YouTube, allowed people to be accused of being child molesters, namely Rev G. She laughed at all of this. Swatted, breaking the culture of silence, and instructed other people just how they could do that. Multiple times, people. False CPS reporting, trying to get brothers to attack me offline, physically, assault me. I'm telling you, people, if this isn't evidence of her not being on the inside, I don't know what is. Just because she got some emails, most of them were group emails, never got sensitive emails. She was so clueless as to what was going on that she really thought she could use Lennon Honor and King Kong Crazy as weapons against us to silence us. Like, oh my goodness. She really didn't know what was going on. She did not know what was going on, and she got a big surprise. She miscalculated, seriously miscalculated, thinking she can control us when it comes down to us asserting our rights and deciding what we're going to say and when. LMSY-Handcuffs absolutely is one of the most short-sighted, remote thinkers I have ever encountered. She tried to get all of this crap pulled off, and not once was she mentioning anything about her mental health. Running this bullshit series, surviving AAS, you didn't survive. You lied, you didn't survive, and I didn't even address all of that bullshit that you did. LMSY-Handcuffs. You got kicked off of that community services board, the woman that was running the George Floyd justice campaign. While that was going on, you were running around these YouTube streets, race attacking, breaking the culture of silence, and that woman kicked you off of her board. All of these things, and even going to the school, trying to dox me from a public school site, going live, harassing me, AAS, from school where you're supposed to be working, where you kept looking away from the camera because you knew you were going to get caught. You did that and so much more. You are such a liar, and you want to sit here and act like, what? You are on the receiving end of what? The truth. So you feel victimized by the truth. You should have kept your mouth shut. You didn't know any better. You got your ass dragged by King World and his folks. How many times have you been cold busted, being treacherous, conniving, down low and dirty? You got up on the international airwaves and stabbed who you consider to be friends, supposedly, talking shit about people, and forgot to mute your mic. You've been busted so many times, so many ways, with all of your illegal activities. It caught up to you. it's going to go down for you and you're up here saying that you are a victim, well, like I said, just cool your heels. Let me see your handcuffs, because what's coming to you is coming to you. You best believe anybody like let me see your handcuffs or think about anyone else out here in these YouTube streets who unprovoked initiates attacks on innocent people and their family and their children, harassing people, lying on people, calling their jobs, knowing they're telling lies, trying to get people swatted, making these unprovoked threats of violence. You don't get 1 ounce of sympathy from me. When the consequences come to bear, they're the consequences. Don't look over here for sympathy. Don't look over here trying to wield a guilt trip. It's not going to happen. Everybody should have been taught. And if you didn't get taught when you were coming up with your families, you should have learned along the way. What goes around comes around. You can't go around harassing, attacking people unprovoked. This is not self-defense that any of these demons are engaging in. They're trying to whip up others into a frenzy to harass and attack and abuse and threaten others, trying to silence them. Well, you got the wrong group, because we're not going to be silent. It doesn't matter because you don't hear and see all of us. We've been working just how we've always worked. And those who have been impacted, not all of them are going to come online and show you the written documentation that they received to stop what they're doing. You got these other fools like Defrauding Charlatans and Carrie and let me see your handcuffs who just don't get it. Well, that is going to be to their detriment. You know I have more coming your way. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.